Hi, welcome to the Writer's Room with Julia. Today, I've got for you a second installment of a series of stories I'm writing titled Down East, Maine, or Down East. This particular story is titled Shipyards Fool. All right, here we go. The bellowing blast of the harbor's horn jolts me awake. I'll get used to it, the realtor said. You won't even notice it after a few days, she said. Ha, it's been near a month now living in Maine, and it still scares me to death every morning. Scout picks up her head, dismisses it, and lays her head back down, pillow beneath her. I'm getting up, though. Time to pour a cup of coffee, have a smoke, and write my next installment to Down East magazine. The morning light is bright, and the air is crisp. My view of the harbor from my back porch is a painter's dream. If I had some canvases and brushes instead of a pen, this would be the life, to look out into the world instead of down on a blank page. A loud crash breaks me out of my mind funk. Looking over to my right, there is a large stack of lobster traps dividing my property from my neighbors. It sounds like empty cans falling, pyramid style. Damn it, I hear. Moving quickly, I jump off my porch and run to the fence. Trying to peer through and over the traps, I call out, "You okay?" I hear a mumbling and a slight moan of discontent. Scout's decided this commotion is too interesting to ignore. She leaves off the porch, runs, and jumps up and rests her front paws on the decaying wooden fence. She gives a few yips and a deep bark for good measure. "Can I help you?" I ask. "My name is Bethany Ellis. I moved in here a few weeks ago. I'm your neighbor." I find a narrow slip of space between the cages. Peering in, I see a small elderly man splayed out on the ground crisscross style with rusting cans and a tangle of coarse netting laying on top of him. "Sir, really, I can help you." "Miss Ellis, that your name?" "That's very nice of you. But if you come over here, that wolf is going to make its way over here too." Laughingly, I respond, "Scout, she's a big bunch of kindness. She's harmless. And she isn't a wolf. She's a white German shepherd." I can see him struggling, and he is visibly tangled. Cans clank, and he groans further to himself. "Ugh, well, I guess. Yes, please help." "Okay, I'm coming over." Finding a couple of loose fence boards near the end of the lobster crates, stacks, I'm afforded a small enough spot to squeeze through these boards. They pop off with ease. Scout barrels through first. I get down on my hands and knees and get myself halfway through when I hear the old man give a shout. No, go away." Then silence. I get myself through the fence, weaving in around old fishing garb, lobster crates, buoys, and boat parts that have been aged with time and the sea's salty kiss. As I approach, Scout is licking this poor man's face. I see him trying to dodge her wet mouth. "Scout, leave him alone. Stop." She does as I ask and sits patiently next to me. "Well, now you've met my bad wolf. Are you impressed?" He laughs a good chuckle. I peer down into a web of net, cans, and a friendly face. "What's your name, sailor?" I ask. "Emmett Crowley," he says with a smile. "Well, Mr. Crowley, where to start on this puzzle you've gotten yourself into, and better yet, why?" Little by little, I untangle netting and cans that are filled with rocks and shells. Soon there is an arm and then a hand free. Now he can help himself. Reaching under his shoulders, I help him into a sitting position. I see he is a petite man with short, white, bristly hair, a leathered face, but with smiling eyes of the brightest blue. "Thank you, Miss Ellis. Call me Bethany," I say. "So what's the story, Emmett? How'd you find yourself all tangled up?" "Well, that's a long story, Bethany. Emmett stands. He is visibly bruised, a bit unsteady. I help him to his porch. He sits quickly into an anchored swing that hangs precariously from 2 cabled lines with giant metal hooks. Scout's made her way too. She lays down by Emmett's feet, sighing heavily as she does. There's a small beat-up metal cooler next to Emmett. He reaches down, flips the lid, and pulls out a Guinness Stout. My eyes pop at the kind it is, more than that it is not even noon. He offers me one, and I politely decline. Emmett asks, "How do you like those, your little house over there?" pointing with a crooked finger. I like it a lot, actually, but it has a few problems, with the plumbing, for one, and more problems with weird noises. He says, "It was built by shipbuilders way back. They don't make them like that anymore. Yeah." But you were asking me why I got myself in the bind with that net. Well, something's been spooking me lately at night, and I thought I'd set a trap and catch the little bugger. What do you think it is, Emmett? Well, at first I thought a weasel or a rabid cat, maybe. But with your wolf there, I know it's not either. Why is that, I say? Because it's big, real big. Something that's not afraid of her. And all that howling she sings out. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I didn't realize she is that loud. No. I like her howling and barking, truth be told. I think it's a shipyard fool, he says. Yeah, it's been at least 50 or maybe more years now since there's been one about. Shipyard fool. Doesn't sound like a scary thing to me. What kind of animal gets a nickname like that? Miss Ellis? I'll tell you. One who isn't an animal at all. How long you say you've been in Maine? To be continued. Thanks for listening for that. I'm really starting to get into creating what exactly this is. I'm getting closer, but I just wanted to do a little small portion of it today because I'm continuing to build on it. I know that my husband said there's a few questions that I have and I would love to answer them that we got. So go ahead, give me your first one.
Okay, the first question is from Helen from St. Louis. What have you learned about yourself and others through writing? Helen from St. Louis.
Oh, myself and others from writing? I've learned a lot about myself in writing, that I'm getting more brave, I think is the word. More able to write without discrimination against myself. I may be censoring myself a lot when I write to air it on YouTube, but I'm definitely learning a lot. I'm learning about others in ways that, whether they're writers themselves or not, that the support is fantastic. Other writers, I'm looking at their work a little more closely, more under a magnifying glass. But I'm really happy to be doing this. And this is week 18. This is show 18, so that's pretty good. What else you got?
One more question is from Laura from Maine.
Oh, good, Maine.
Yeah. How do you find the courage to share so openly?
Wow. How do I share the courage to share so openly?
No, fine. Sorry. How do you find the courage to share so openly? Sorry.
I'm finding it by a practice, I think, in that I'm really not afraid anymore. I hit 50 almost a year ago, and that was kind of like a turning point, like just open up all the valves and do the work and be brave, I don't worry about feedback. I don't find it discouraging. I find it puts me in a place to really want to do it more, do a better job. The feedback that I get is really important, and about being so openly about sharing myself, I think because I'm comfortable with me now. I'm very comfortable with my life, and where it's going. And I'm very proud of my work too. So I hope that answers the questions well. And anyone wants to ask any more, please shoot them to us, through YouTube. You can also ask a question through the Instagram, IGTV too, because I am putting that up there as well, these stories. I'd like to wish you to have good thoughts, and to say good words, and to do good deeds.